Good morning, everybody. This is A Shadowbox, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Susquehanna River Valley map. I'm pretty sure I said it right that time. Only 3 episodes in. That's pretty good. So, if you skipped the time lapse, which was the last video, I don't blame you because it was like 4 hours of grinding condensed into a time lapse. But we basically did contracts until we got $105,000, and today we're going to start our own farming empire from humble beginnings, truly. We're still going to have to do contracts, so just to kind of keep some income coming in the meantime. So we're going to have Sarah take Mark and Sam in the Rambler and go and set up some contracts. I will cut this out because you've seen this enough already. But this is how we're going to start, and then once they're all set, I have a meeting up in the city with the bank manager, so we'll take care of that. Alright, so our other members of our workforce are out doing some plowing missions, and Sarah is driving the truck to go pick them up. If we're heading up to the bank, we should probably clean off the truck, and I know our landlord has a power washer back here, and he said I could use it. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get this truck cleaned off. Ooh. A gooseneck over there. I wonder if the landlord would sell that to me. I'll worry about that a different time. Right now we have to get land. And to do that, we need to make a good impression on the bank manager. Alright, there we go. A nice clean truck. Make a good first impression. Alright, which way should we go to get up to town? You know what, I think it's actually at the shop. So let's just head to the shop. So guys, I hope you're enjoying the series so far. I know we haven't done much, like actual farming yet, apart from contracts, but hopefully that's going to change. Either this episode or next. I'm not sure when we're actually going to start our field work, but we are definitely going to be getting the equipment and the land to start this episode. Do you have a plan in mind? There's a old farmer that lives here that he's retiring, so he's selling all of his old equipment. It's not the biggest, or the best, or the cleanest, or the newest, but you know what? It'll get us started. It works, and that's kind of the only qualification that we have. We got 2 old international tractors that he's willing to sell us for about $25,000 a pop, which I think is pretty good. And one of them comes with a front loader and a bucket. We don't really have any use for a front loader and a bucket right now, but, you know, it's good to have anyway. I was gonna buy a new gooseneck as well to transport those tractors, but there's that one. Oh my lord. Stand by, caller. Man, it's a good thing our insurance package comes with roadside assistance. Okay, and even better that this truck by NMC Modding is so tough that it didn't even dent the roof. Anyway, what was I saying about the tractors? Oh, I want to see if the landlord will sell us that gooseneck back there, and if maybe he'll even let us store equipment in that empty lot he has back there. Well, it's not exactly empty. It's a little bit of a junkyard, truth be told, but we'll see. Maybe we can offer him a little bit of money each day in order to get access to storing our equipment there. And here we are, arriving at the shop slash Nitrodad Property Management. Oh wait, there's the bank. Oh, I guess H&R Block is actually tax trading, isn't it? I don't know. You know, I'm not rich enough to even, or not tax trading. They're either taxes or stocks, I don't remember. And I'm not rich enough for stocks, and I use TurboTax for taxes, so let's just say it's here at the shop. Alright. Alright, hello, I'm here to purchase some property, first of all. And talk to this lady over here. I can do that. I mean, looks like she's hoovering some schneef over here, but which is a Letterkenny reference if you guys don't watch that show. But anyway, let's go ahead, and I think the first property that we want to buy is this set of 4 fields right here. It doesn't have the best yield potential right now. Only 88% of like what we sow there, but if we sow some high density crops, it should be okay. The other option that I thought about was getting this area. I mean, 119% yield, but it only has 1 field on it, and I don't want to spend the time to make like such a weird shaped field here. I do plan on extending to all the surrounding properties eventually. But I think for starters, we're going to go here, this set of 4. So let's go ahead and buy that. Alright, we are property owners, which means the bank will go ahead and give us a loan matching our total net worth. So, you have our account open, right? Do you think you could just tell us what what our current equipment is worth? If we go to the garage, we got 30 and 30, so that's 60. About 60,000, 70,000. So 70,000 plus that 105,000-ish. So we can take a loan from the bank up to $175,000, but they will not loan us anything more until we pay that back in full. So $175,000 to go get some equipment and get our farm in order. But before we can start purchasing equipment, we need to haul equipment, and we need to have tractors to use the equipment. So let's go talk to our landlord about that gooseneck trailer, and maybe storing equipment on his property. And then let's go pay old Farmer Joe a visit and see if we can talk him down on his price for those international tractors or not. Alright guys, good news. We just talked to Gary, our landlord, and he was very agreeable to us taking that gooseneck. In fact, he said we could take it basically for free, but it's not roadworthy yet, so we're going to have to do a little bit of restoration work and get it registered before we can take it out on the road. In addition, he also agreed to let us store our equipment in this junkyard back here. It's not an ideal situation because obviously we can't develop a shed back here. He did not want us to put any construction up back here, something about property taxes. But he did say we could store it back there, so it's something at least. And yeah, we're just going to have to pay him $1,000 a day that we have our equipment stored back there. But first, let's get our trailer road legal. Man, you can tell this thing is just, it has seen a lot. It is beat up to heck. Let's get this back in there, see if I can actually reverse a trailer successfully. I hope this is the right bay. I hope we didn't have to go into the other bay. Alright, let's see. That looks like that's the right bay, if I had to guess. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and repair that and get it registered. So now, it is all good to go. Obviously, the DMV doesn't really care about paint, so don't have to worry about that. Just had to register it and put a new tire on it, basically. So, fix a couple lights in the back. Didn't take long at all. So now let's head down to Farmer Joe, who has that property next to field 48 and 47 there. He said he's got a couple of tractors he's willing to sell us. Alright, here we are at Farmer Joe's. So let's go. I mean, this is a really nice property, actually. Let's go talk to him. And Farmer Joe's, I understand it, you're retiring and you got some used equipment you want to sell. Any chance I can talk you out of this property too? I got $175,000 I can burn. Oh no, you're gonna stay here on here. Okay, so I guess Farmer Joe is going to stay inhabiting the property, and he's gonna hire people. He's gonna hire contractors to come work his fields for him. But he's just getting rid of some of his old equipment that he doesn't need anymore. So we're more than happy to take some of that old equipment off of his hands. And he said he will get a couple of farm hands to bring the equipment out. We have let's see, there we go. An International two-wheel drive 1046 with a front loader attachment for $25,436. And then we have a 46 series four-wheel drive. That has a front hydraulic. And let's maybe give it a roll bar. Or, no, it can. The bigger tractor can keep the cabin, I think. Yeah, I think that looks fine. I mean, yeah, the tractor definitely has a cabin on it. And this one is a 1246 turbo, so quite a bit of horsepower available to us there. No air conditioning though, so oh well. We'll go ahead and buy that for $27,000. And of course we need the front loader attachment for the let's get, and it's of course painted Case IH red, and it comes with a bucket. Alright, Farmer Joe, thank you very much for your help with getting us established. And let's pull around and get our new to us tractors loaded up. Alright, let's get the, how do we get the ramps down? There we go. They're mouse operated ramps, which I don't particularly care for, but it's fine. Alright. Ah, yes. These tractors are definitely going to need a little bit of TLC. But you know what? They will get the job done. You know what? It's a little bit cheesy, but I'm not going to complain. We got our tractors to fit on our gooseneck, so there we go. Let's get this. Let's get the ramp folded back up. And I actually have the vehicle straps mod on here. Ooh, and our ramp just makes it. And that is left control S. Bam. We're kind of just hanging off the edge there, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Maybe we should, I would like this to be... I had it lined up better. It must have just slid. So I don't mind kind of cheating this just a little bit. Oh, come on. Alright, so I do have a plan for what crops that I want to put on here. I really want to do cereals and root crops because I have a lot of mods. Well, that basically covers everything, doesn't it? But the map has some extra processing for sugar beets. I have an extra mod for processing potatoes, and the map also lets us do some extra processing for some cereals to make flour. So I'm thinking we maybe start with, I don't know, 2 sugar beet fields and 2 cereal fields, or 3 cereal fields and 1 sugar beet field. Not entirely sure yet, though we do need to get these tractors worked on before we can send them out into the field. So let's kind of pull up here. And let's get this guy off the ramps. And unfold the ramps. And I did schedule a delivery from the shop with some implements that we're going to need. So that should be arriving here soon, maybe as we're working on our tractors. Sorry about that, guys. I was interrupted by my dog needing to go outside. But anyway, we have our tractors repaired, and in the time it took us to do that, we got our used equipment from the shop delivered. Isn't that nice? Just a marginal delivery fee, and here it is, down to $66.75 on our funds. And we, of course, got to inspect our equipment and make sure it's in working order. So as we do that, I'll just talk about each piece of equipment, just in case you're not familiar, though I imagine you probably are. Alright, we have a Vaderstadt seeder. This is also a direct drill, so we don't need to cultivate before planting with this implement. I'll get this reversed into the shop and make sure it is in good working order. We want to make sure, you know, if nothing's working, we got to return it within a set amount of time in order to get a refund. So just make sure everything's on the up and up here. Alright, everything looks good with this trailer, just a couple of hoses that needed replaced. And we'll get this parked up in our equipment yard. So yeah, really looking forward to starting our own farm work here, even though it is with pretty small equipment. Our fields that we're starting with are not the largest, so I'd also like to know what you guys thought, if you liked that time-lapse video that we did, or the time-lapses in episode 1. I'm kind of thinking we'll just kind of time-lapse pretty much all the field work that we have to do, because it is a lot of, you know, straight up and down driving. Alright, we've got the Breedall lime and solid fertilizer spreader. One thing we don't have any means to deal with right now are weeds. So that's going to have to be our next purchase, is some kind of herbicide sprayer. We'll get this fertilizer spreader checked out, though. $261. Had to replace one of the spreader discs there, but nothing too extraordinary. And this is probably going to be the first piece of equipment we need, just because we may need to get some lime out on the field. Right, and let's get this cultivator checked out. Now, all of this equipment can be pulled by this turbocharged tractor that I'm using now. Only a couple of the pieces can be used by the smaller tractor, but that's okay. I think, well, I know that the planter can be used by the smaller tractor. I don't think the cultivator will be able to. I don't think the seeder will be able to. The trailer should be able to. Obviously, the field inspector should be able to, and maybe even the fertilizer spreader. We'll just have to try and see. I didn't want to get two of the exact same tractors, though, just because I thought that would be a little bit boring. So, two similar tractors, just with different capabilities. And these fields, you know, they look small on the mini-map, but they're really, like, not really small at all. Quite large fields. Let's get our tool here unfolded, and let's start analyzing our fields. Alright, here we go, about to take the last sample of our first soil sampling of our new property. Alright, 36 soil samples taken. Let's go ahead and send them for analysis. Should cost us about $3,600. And we'll go get this tool put away. So with that, we don't really have enough money to purchase seed or anything like that. So we're probably actually going to run a couple of contracts, and I'm going to do that off camera. So next episode, we will have the results of what our fields need, and we will get them cultivated, fertilized, limed, and possibly even seeded. So don't miss that episode. But until then, I've been A Shadowbox, and you guys have a good one.